This week on LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors.
The more difficult part of a Coues deer is finding them.
The time to be here is now.
The weather's been a pain to deal with.
I think it's a buck.
LL Bean started with one simple idea: build a comfortable boot that would keep his feet warm and dry. Well, necessity became the mother of invention, and the Maine hunting shoe was created. What followed was a legacy that would span a century. And little did he know that the boot he made for himself would still be made the same way 100 years later. LL Bean has grown to become the worldwide resource for all who love the outdoors. So join great-grandson of LL Bean, Bill Gorman, and discover your adventure with LL Bean's Guide to the Outdoors.
This week on LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors, we head south to Sonora, Mexico, just outside of Moctezuma, where the mountains hold a lot of untold stories. Having only hunted Coues deer a couple of times, Bill is really looking forward to trekking new terrain with a few of his good friends.
So this week I'm excited. I'm going to have a great adventure. I'm going to be hunting Coues deer, and I'm also bringing along a couple of buddies, Rocco and Lenny. The last time I hunted with Rocco was, I believe, in Wyoming about 6 or 7 years ago. So now we're getting back together. Lenny's coming along. We're just going to have a great time. Coues deer is just a subspecies of whitetail. You can hunt them in Arizona, but for me, the only times that I've been successful have been in Mexico. When you look at them just by themselves, see a picture of them, they look like a decent big whitetail. When you get up close and personal, you find they're about a third the size of a North American whitetail. But overall, I know the game. I've played it a few times, so it just gives me a chance to soak up some of the local Mexican flavor. This was all set up by a friend of mine, Mark Spangler. In fact, he's the guy that introduced me to Tuta and the ranch here.
I'm Mark Spangler, and I am the booking agent for Rancho Tawanitas. I've known Tuta, the ranch owner, for over 5 years. It's a startup for sure. They're learning as they go, but they're willing to do anything that we ask of them. The total acreage of the 4 ranches that we have here is 20,000 acres, and they're contiguous.
How are you? Good to see you.
What's up with Lenny?
We finally landed in Tucson. Looking forward to a great week with a couple of good friends. Rocco, you may have seen before hunting with me in Africa. This is the first hunt for Lenny and I to hunt together. We got about a 6-hour drive down to Mexico, and we're looking for some big Coues deer, so we'll see what happens.
After a long day of travel, the guys got some much-needed rest, and after a good night's sleep, the guys checked their rifles before getting ready to start the hunt.
There you go. Swarovski. And then this tripod's all set up for that. Well, I'll tell you what, this moment we've been waiting for. What we're doing right now is we're gonna get dropped off up the road a bit, gonna hit one of the higher ridge lines, and then just follow that till dark and find our way back. Buen suerte, todos. Good luck, buena suerte. The more difficult part of a Coues deer is in this terrain with the tall grass, finding them. A lot of times you'll go up to the top of the mountain and think you can look right down into the oaks, but the scrub oaks still have leaves on them.
We've seen a lot of country. We just haven't seen any deer yet. But I'm anticipating we got 4 more days, we'll see something.
LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors is brought to you by LL Bean, trusted, innovative, authentic guide to the outdoors. Advanced insulation technology for hunting gear. Primaloft, proven warm even when wet. Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. Lead Lenser, see everything, do anything. Thermacell heated products, focus on the thrill, not the chill. And Swarovski Optic. This segment is brought to you by LL Bean, trusted, innovative, authentic guide to the outdoors. The group put some miles on their Bean hiking boots for the first evening of the hunt. But with no luck spotting any Coues deer and bad weather moving in, they decided to head back to camp to regroup for the next morning's hunt.
One of the coolest things about the Coues deer, it's one of the multiple subspecies of whitetail. I believe there are 7 of them. Coues deer is a lot smaller and a lot different to hunt. If I might be hunting a North American whitetail, I could be in a tree stand, I could be in a blind. With the Coues deer, there is no logical place to set up a blind because there's so much open area. They aren't continuously going through the same spot. You set up on the hillside and you basically spend a lot of time glassing. It's 90% of your time is spent glassing, 10% is actually pursuit and shot.
Check it out, baby.
Day number 2, we had a lot of rain last night, still a little bit overcast now. Figured we'd do a little bit of driving. You know, spot and stalk is gonna come into play, but we need to glass and find where the deer are first. We have the spotting scope, so as long as they're within a mile, we can tell what they are and make a good stalk on them.
We're getting a sprinkle of rain, but basically we're in the clouds right now. Visibility's down to, I'm gonna say, maybe half a mile. You know, when you start your hunt on a cold, rainy day, it doesn't always make the most enjoyable hunt. But you know what? I'm wearing LL Bean gear. You know, you stay warm, you stay dry, but even warm and dry, when you got wind blowing in your face and raining, then sunny, then raining, then sunny, it makes for an interesting hunt.
The ideal time on Tawanitas to hunt, I believe, would be the second week of January to maybe the second week of February. And that's when they're in full rut. The time to be here is now.
Well, the weather's finally clearing up, which is fantastic. I mean, the rain puts a damper on a lot of stuff. Now we're heading out this afternoon. We're leaving from camp, so we're just going to see how much ground we can cover.
Bill and his guides put their legs to work all afternoon to no avail. With daylight fading and more bad weather moving in, the group decided to drive to one last spot to glass before heading in for the night.
You know, despite the rain and all the hiking we were down on day 2, we had an awesome encounter. We get to this one area, Tuta pulls over and says this would be a great area to glass. And as soon as, you know, we open one door, 2 does take off. And then Jesse's looking around and he sees a buck. So you know how that is when you're just getting ready to set up. We got to get the camera out, get the camera on a tripod, now help him locate the deer. He's on it in no time. Suddenly I can't find it.
He's moving up, he's behind the bush.
You know, 5 minutes later, here he is, there he is. And it just was like a Keystone Cop encounter. But that's hunting, and that's hunting when on camera.
To learn more about your guide to the outdoors, check out our lander page at llbean.com/GTO. This segment is brought to you by Thermacell Heat Packs. With a lightweight design, 3 settings, and a 6-hour charge, you can beat the elements with comfort you can control. Day 2 started off wet and dreary for the group in Mexico. After spending most of the day trekking up muddy hillsides and not finding any deer, Bill and his guide Jesse were able to spot a nice buck before dark, but unfortunately they couldn't get on him before he disappeared over the hill.
So how'd the day go?
Well, unfortunately we did not fill a tag, but we did see plenty of deer. Tomorrow morning I feel good.
Yep.
And we got a line on some bucks, and hopefully we'll get that tag filled.
Today is going to be a great day. The wind's picked up a little bit, but there's no rain. It looks like we're going to have slight overcast. Going to head back up to where we were last night. Basically, we're overlooking a canyon where we saw a buck and 2 does yesterday. So we're going to get up there at dark 30, sit on top, and just wait them out.
If tomorrow never comes, today won't be wasted. Hear the beating of the drums and rise up. See the fire start to burn, and the marching of progress. Come and raise your flag up and sing out. We are the revolution.
You know, if I were asked to generalize how the weather's been this week, I'm gonna say a mixture of rain and wind with limited sunshine. And that impacts a hunt. Sometimes positive, sometimes it's negative. For optical clarity, I like early mornings and no rain. So I'm trying to find that interim where I'm gonna have maybe a little bit cooler, less rain, less wind, and I'll be able to sight a deer quicker.
What we're doing right now is just trying to find an area where the deer are. And they're seeing a lot of deer go back and forth here. Unfortunately, as you can see how thick it is, there's no way with your above it or below it that you can glass it. So we got right into it, and hopefully we can see at least 200 or 300 yards and maybe catch something coming or going. We get up to one of these halfway up the ridge so that we can see down. So at least we can see spots inside. If something walks through an opening, we'll have it.
There's a deer over there. You see it?
Yeah, female, right in the rocks.
He's seeing 2 now.
It's a doe. Oh, here comes the second one. And there they go over the top.
Yeah, we had a great morning. We saw 2 does. Jesse spotted a couple of bucks through the spotting scope, but they were so far off we couldn't pick them up. But overall, 2 does, 2 bucks. Great sit this morning. It's noon right now. We're gonna head back to camp, grab a bite to eat, and then get back on another mountain.
When Bill and his guides got back to camp that afternoon, they had a pleasant surprise. Mark Spangler had tagged out on a good old mature Coues deer.
Congratulations. You broke the ice.
Yeah. We need venison chops.
Yes, we do. Backstrap fever, baby.
Yeah, exactly. He just looked like an old deer. We'll see. You know, when we cape it out, we'll see the teeth.
I'm gonna say he could be near 7. I mean, he's got no teeth left.
Yeah, I figured he was an old buck.
Oh yeah, he's old.
For trailers, behind-the-scenes photos, and everything the GTO crew is up to, Check us out at facebook.com/guide to the outdoors. For more information on Rancho Tawanitas, get a hold of Mark Spangler for all of your hunting needs. LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors is brought to you by LL Bean, trusted, innovative, authentic guide to the outdoors. Advanced insulation technology for hunting gear. Primaloft, proven warm even when wet. Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. Lead Lenser, see everything, do anything. Thermacell heated products, focus on the thrill, not the chill. And Swarovski Optic. This segment is brought to you by Thermacell heated insoles. Lightweight, comfortable, versatile. With wireless remote or Bluetooth connectivity, they are just what you need to fight back the cold without breaking a sweat. "125 miles northeast of Hermosillo, Mexico, Bill Gorman is on an extremely tough Coues deer hunt. With 4 days of unpredictable weather, the deer movement has been at a minimum. But with Mark Spangler tagging out on day 4 and the weather looking like it may clear up, the guys have high hopes going into day 5.
This morning we're changing up our strategy a little bit. Instead of hunting with Jesse and Chabico Jr., it's going to be hunting with Tuta and then Jesse. Tuta is the owner of the ranch, knows everything about this area. For 2 reasons it's good. One is Jesse's learning, but Tuta knows this, so it's passing on knowledge to him as well as myself. So should be a great day, and hopefully we'll see a deer. One of the great things about Tuta is he always takes care of the land. He knows what to do, he knows how to do it. Right now they're trying to bring in, say, a food source with feeders. They're trying to bring in water. They're trying to section off pieces of land where the deer can go, but the cows can't get to.
Tuta is very conservative about not taking too many deer. We're thinking on the 20,000 acres that we'd be taking maybe 5 deer a year.
We haven't gone out of camp more than 15, 20 minutes. It takes more than that just to drive to the first mountain. And Tuta says, let's glass this hillside. And sure enough, I just see this dark object.
It's laying down in the grass. I think it's a buck, but I'm not sure. See that tree over here, the dead tree? Right to the left of the dead tree.
Hey, look, it looks like a good buck.
I was just glassing this side. I saw a buck. He's at 210 yards. Just wanted to get down here a little bit closer and see if I can get the sticks and take the shot.
Now I've got a quartering away shot. I got to take it. That's the only shot I've had in 5 days.
Buen tiro. Buen tiro,
Gracias.
I mean, you're talking about maybe a 6-inch circle, but I've been shooting that Merkel. I've been shooting the best optics. You know, Swarovski's got to get me there. I'm ready to rock and roll, and it worked. Everything just came to total fruition.
Talk about good luck of one birthday. Having Tuta here this morning, that was the luck I needed, and it worked.
Oh, bueno. Gracias.
Look at that rack. It's got great purlings on it. Really decent eye guards.
It's so funny how small they are.
Oh, wow. Well, those are really good eye guards.
Yeah, they are.
Muy grueso.
Yeah, too thick,
Grueso.
says.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, thick.
Good.
And this would be the G2.
Yeah.
We call it G1, G2, G3, G4. Looks like an acorn.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I mean, this is a big buck.
Yeah, it is.
Average, bigger, smaller?
Oh, it's, I
For
think
around
it's
here?
normal.
Okay, so that's an average sized deer for around here. This guy is just absolutely beautiful.
Yep, it is.
Well, what do you say we get heading back down?
Let's go, huh?
One, two, three. Bueno.
Now that's a nice representative rack. Yeah. That's a buck that needed shooting because that buck was very old. I'd say 7 years at least by looking at the teeth.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Fantastic. It's not always that you walk away with a deer, it's the opportunities. And as a matter of fact, Lenny, who doesn't hunt big game much, said he had the time of his life watching 5 does and 2 fawns frolic around in front of him.
Unfortunately, Rocco and Lenny went home without filling their tags. But hunting isn't always about getting an animal down.
One of the cool things this week is I was hunting with some great friends. The weather's been a pain to deal with, but overall you couldn't ask for a better week. It's not who shot what. It's at the end of the week, did you guys have a good time? And did you enjoy our heritage of hunting? I couldn't ask for a better week and I couldn't ask for better friends. So overall, A+.
Don't look at me, I'm still looking for a fork.
So we've had a great week this morning. We've been hunting, week with...
So did you hear I went to the deer mall today? There was all these women there. There were no men.
Imagine being in my world, Mexico. You look all around you. There are no deer. Welcome to the Twilight Zone.